All right, friends, we are back. We are back with a different, well, kind of video, but also kind of not a different video. This is a brand that I used to be affiliated with, and I'm not affiliated with any brands anymore, except for the t-shirt brand, which I can never think of the name of it, which is terrible because I love their t-shirts. But I had picked this up. I picked it up a while ago now, and I have some thoughts to share on it. Now, I have not swatched it. I have not used this one yet, but we're going to kind of run down everything. I'm not going to share my thoughts on the formula until the very end, but let's first talk about the brand. It's Ensley Rain Cosmetics, and this is the packaging they have for their Cold Moon palette, and it's very specialized. They take the time to really make sure that it's going to arrive to you safely, and I understand that thought, but I do have some other thoughts to go along with that. Now, let me just back up and say, when I left all my affiliations, there was only one brand that reached out and asked if something had happened or if there was something going on that I wanted to step away from my affiliations, and that was Ensley Rain. They were very kind. I explained that it had nothing to do with them personally, but that I felt, people don't trust, I would say, the opinion of, I wouldn't call myself an influencer because I'm not, but what would I say? A creator or whatever that has affiliations. That's just my thought, and maybe you disagree, and maybe you personally as a viewer always trusted my content, and I appreciate that. I'm a very honest person. I'm always going to be an honest person, but I do think there is a lot of people out there that probably do hype things up just to make extra money, and I don't agree with that. I think it's crappy. So when I left, that was where it stood. And then recently I had finally used, because they, at the time, did not pay like commissions as just cash. They actually paid it as store credit, which I was completely fine with. And so I've been saving it, because here is the thing about Ensley Rain. They are very expensive. I actually don't even remember how much I paid for this. I'm going to try and find out quickly, even though I'm doing this video. Okay, so it's saying $72.22 on their site. I feel like that's a really strange number, but they're expensive, even with a code. And I'm gonna be completely transparent about my thoughts on it. Their shipping costs are way over the top, in my opinion. And I say that because I ship stuff constantly. I am always selling stuff, and so I do a lot of that. And so I had reached out and I had said, hey, I was wondering if I was mischarged, because for just this one palette, I was charged $15 to have it shipped to my house. And I thought that that was absolutely mind-boggling. And they had explained, hey, we have specialized packaging and all of these other things. And I was like, okay, well, what about other brands that are doing it, like Adept, for instance? And if anybody's interested in seeing the screenshots and the weights and anything like that, I do have pictures. I'm not putting them here because I'm really not doing the editing style that I used to before. This is not really edited. But let's just say it this way. Adept has personalized packaging, and their shipping is far cheaper. When it comes to their personalized packaging, it's very, very similar. So here is the Cold Moon palette. Here's the outer sleeve. Here's the actual palette. Here's what it looks like on the inside, which is gorgeous, of course, like absolutely stunning. But here is their box. Now, this is significantly bigger because the palette itself is bigger. Not significantly, it's bigger. But what they do is the exact same. So they have like those double layers of protection. This is all cut out styrofoam just specifically to fit that palette, which I appreciate and I think is great, because I hate receiving stuff that is broken. And I'm sure that they don't want to deal with the hassle that comes with, sending broken stuff. So I get it, but for instance, like Adept will run, and every brand is different, and I get that, but Adept will run, like, if you spend so much, you get free shipping. And I feel like they're already charging, in my opinion, far more than they should be. I will get to that because I could be completely wrong, but I can say their old formula that I used initially was the exact same as the rest of the pre-manufactured brand. So the same as Adept, because originally Adept was the one who came out with this formula that everybody sees in a lot of these. But I think everybody thinks they're getting something different. And they might be, because I think to some degree a lot of these brands have started to kind of add their own tweaks to that same formula. But it's, at the end of the day, originally Adept's formula. So at least this is hearsay and research, but and not just that, but also using all of those products. To me, they're all the same. And so to be spending, what you could spend at Ensley Rain, you could get 3 or 4 palettes from, like, what was the name of that brand? Oh, they were so affordable, maybe Spellbound. It's in one of my videos, one of my last videos that I did here on YouTube, and they were like a $25 palette or an $18 palette, almost the same amount of shadows, and it was insanity. So I'm just saying there are other options out there, affordable ones out there with the same formula as they used to have. So I'm going to swatches and give you my very, very most honest thoughts. Also, I will say when I talked to the brand about my opinions on their shipping, they, you know, they did go back and forth. They weren't like rude or anything. I don't think they were necessarily happy with it. But they were open to the dialogue, and that's about all you can ask for. Do I still think that they are like not looking out for their, you know, customers' best interest when it comes to the pricing? I definitely don't think so, and especially when they're not making any strides to make it better. No, I think that's frustrating. But I think that people are very much of the mindset that they're getting something totally different from this brand than they could get from others. And I will give you my final thoughts on that at the very end. But I can say, is it well packaged? Did it come safely? Absolutely. So there's the good news with that. I'm going to dive on in because this is a large palette, and I have been so wanting to get into, like, oh my gosh, for months now. I can tell you right off the bat, I'm seeing some shades that I've definitely seen in other brands that I used to remember having the same formula. For instance, Snow Fairies. This was definitely a shadow that was with Bella Beauty Bar and It's Belle and man, there's so many of them out there, like Gourmand Girls and Simply Posh and da-da-da-da-da. But this shadow has definitely been done many, many times. The rest of them, I know I've seen kind of similar shadows. So, like, I feel like this one, Alien or Unearthly Cosmetics, same thing. Except for now, they definitely have switched the formula because it's like a dry texture for their special shades. But they did used to have, like, a really beautiful emollient one. And that's the one I remember this brand having. So, let's just dive on in. And I think what I'm going to do is attempt to get all of these. I'm going to do the mattes in like doubles, and I'll do the special shadows just singularly swatched. I will also have photos of the swatches on my Instagram and on here and everywhere. That way you can see it in different lights. As normal, I have no like special, I have nothing on my arms. I have nothing on my hands. I have dry skin. I have no bases, I have no primers, I have no lotions, I have nothing. I have nothing. So what you see is what you get, and when you see the pictures, it's the exact same way. You see natural lighting, you see like my normal, like right above us, warm lighting, you see cool lighting, you see window light, you see it all. But I don't use colored lights, I don't use mirrors, and I truly think that if you are posting pictures of something that is for sale and that you're getting a kickback from, you should not be using those things. It is shady. So we're going to jump right into Snowdrop. Actually, you know what, guys? I'm sorry. I have something else to talk about. The packaging, which is really kind of cute. But they were using AI, and at least I know for a lot of their palettes they used AI, and I find that so frustrating. Now, they had, you know, said something after the fact, I believe, that was to the effect that they're going to be hiring somebody and they didn't realize, you know, whatever. No, why? Why are we using AI? I'm sorry, I feel like AI is utter bullshit. Hire somebody. There's lots of talented, you know, artists out there. To me, it just seems like another way that you're trying to get out of spending the money. Or you're just trying to keep every dime. Sorry, that's how I feel about any brand that does it. So, now let's get into it. The very first shade is called Snowdrop, which looks gorgeous. This is kind of an emollient, flaky texture. Whoo! Hopefully you guys can see all of that on my finger. Very, very pretty. I'm going to try and get as close to the top as possible. Now, the particles are smooth, but you can feel them. So I would say very sensitive eyes, do a little test first to make sure you can tolerate it. I don't know on my eye area because I've not tried this on my eyes. But, ooh, she is beautiful. Holy crap. I hope you guys are seeing this as shifty as I am. I am seeing some pinks, some golds, some greens, some blues, a little bit of purple. It almost looks like there are holographic parts to it. Not holographic. What am I looking for? Ooh, maybe that's not the... I think that might... yeah, holographic? Maybe. Sorry, my brain has just gone out the window. But there's tiny little particles in it that are like glitter-like, but they're not... You don't feel them like you would a hard glitter. So that is gorgeous. I absolutely am into that. I'm gonna see. Okay, the next one is called Winter Rose. Texture is very smooth. I'm going to put it right here. That's just a one swatchy swatch. I would definitely say this is a creamy, smooth, matte formulation. Very nice. And I'm gonna go ahead and do Erythia, hopefully that's how it's pronounced, right underneath it. And then we'll talk about the colors here. Yeah, so this is like a soft rose type of shade, maybe like a mauve, and this is like a mauvey purple. Very gorgeous. I think, oof, yeah, I'm into it. The next one is called Aurora. Ooh, be careful when you guys are picking these up because they do chunk up pretty easy. But, oh my, I don't know if you guys are seeing it as interestingly as I am. I really hope I can get all of these onto my arm. That's my goal. Oh, I got a smudge. I got a smudge. Again, this is that very emollient, easy to spread. There is a light bit of texture to the flakes initially, but once you smooth them, you don't really feel it. This is kind of a soft undertoned, well, there's a purple undertone, pink, orange, little bit of a, maybe a little bit of gold. Very, very beautiful shifts to that. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's go shopping. Sorry, I was watching White Chicks recently. It was awesome. Trying to think how I want to do these next two. I'm just going to do them together. Okay, this one is called Garnet. Beautiful kind of brown burgundy. It just made me think of Ron Burgundy. I don't know why. I don't think I've spaced these far enough apart. I'm probably going to regret this. But that's kind of like a warm purple undertoned brown with a little bit of chocolate to it. And then I have no idea how you pronounce this, so Maua? So sorry, guys. That's terrible. Yeah, again, the textures on these are really nice. They're like that creamy, beautiful, matte. Creamy and buttery. Those are the words that come to mind. Very nice. Then let's go into Snow Fairies, which again, I know for a fact I've seen many times over. That is gorgeous. I feel like you can never capture it as beautiful as it actually is, which is super frustrating. I don't know that I need another dip, but I'm gonna try and get a little bit more. Again, this is that beautiful emollient, slightly textured, but also smooth once you smooth it out. I'm seeing a very strong purple and a little bit of blue. I think you guys are seeing more of the pink to gold. Hang on, I just lost mine. Ah. Yeah. But she is beautiful. Then, let's go ahead and do this one. This is Forbidding. Okay, now this one has a bit of a harder feel initially, but then it turns out very smooth. That's very strange. Like, to the touch, immediately it was like hard and kind of craggy. That's a strange way to describe something, but come with me on this journey. I don't know if I can get this all on my arm the way I've done this. Ah! I'm very upset with myself. It's a beautiful kind of, it's pink, it's got a little hint of purple, it's got a little bit of silver. It's gorgeous. The next one, man, gonna have slightly an odd amount of numbers here. Odd amount of these, I should say. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna do that. So the next one is Catmint, which is a very strange name. But it's like a beautiful gray toned purple. Ooh, it's pretty though. And then the next one I'm gonna do will be Transformation. Which is kind of a brownish undertoned gray. Kind of a concrete gray. Ooh, sorry, you guys might notice the lighting changes. That's the sun out behind me. Still very nice. This one is called Saturnalia. Might be pronouncing that incorrectly. Has texture at first when you're touching it. Oh my gosh. I don't think you guys are seeing it as beautifully as I am. Let me just say, spoiler alert, it is. Oh my. Oh my goodness gracious. These are actually very special. Darn. Might have some new thoughts on these, that's for sure. This is like a whole rainbow, a whole ass rainbow is right there. I've got purple, I've got blue, I've got green, I've got gold, I've got pink. It's so stunning. I can't, oh my gosh, are you guys only seeing the pink and gold? How? That is nuts. Oh my gosh, guys, wait for additional swatches. Wait for them. I'm freaking out, man. Great, I'm gonna have all shimmery shades. Let's go ahead and do this one, which I have no idea. Koyan? It's like onion, but with KH at the beginning. This feels much smoother to the, oh my gosh. Freaking out, man. You are freaking out, man. Holy crap. This is absolute insanity. Guys. Oh my Lord. This is, okay, the texture was creamy, smooth, beautiful, shifty. This is blue, purple, orange, pink, green. And you guys are only seeing like blue, purple, and pink. This is my mind being blown right now. I'm praying I can get all of these on my arm. Let's go ahead and do Mother's Night. Like, I hate to even take up any space with the freaking matte shadows. I'm like, no. Should put that at the beginning, actually. But this is more of a gray undertoned brown. Definitely different enough from the other one that I don't feel like it's a repeat. And I think I'm going to do Winter Solstice with it instead of Cold Moon. Oh, yeah. So I was wondering if this was too much. I mean, I could see the difference in the undertones with these, but I was wondering if it was too similar. To me, no, this is definitely more of like a gray-green undertoned beigey shade than this one up here. This almost has like a slight hint of peachy pink. I know it's hard to, like, you're probably like, girl, what are you on? But there's undertones, and then there's undertones, and then there's undertones. Follow with me, I swear. The next one I'm going to do is Wolf Moon. This has kind of a texture like forbidding. Wow. Holy crap. And that was just a one and done. I mean, I'm trying to, like, even it out because my swatch went a little awry, but that was me, not it. It's perfect. This is like a gorgeously, almost taupey undertoned silver. Oh my gosh. It's stunning, stunning, stunning. Wow. Next we'll go into Snow Crystal. Oh my gosh. I think I'm immediately, let me just backtrack on the price of this. I'm gonna shut my mouth because it's worth it. I do feel like the shadows are special enough that the value is gonna be there, at least for me. Wow. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Some of the other ones I feel differently about, but this one, no. I would like a backup of this because I am so into like not only the color story, but the finishes and the, wow. I'm gonna need a backup. So this is a turquoise and gold and green and pink and purple and blue. I don't know what you guys are even seeing. Probably nothing like what I'm talking about, but there will be pictures. Let's go ahead. I think I may just do the rest of the special ones because I want to show you guys those, and I'll put the mattes like right up here in my crease, maybe. I don't know, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna do this one, and then I'll do these two, and I'll put this up here, maybe. I'm making up plans in my mind right now. My cats are looking at me like I'm nuts, which I might be. You may be right. I may be crazy. Anybody? Anybody? I didn't need to build it up this much. Let me just tell you. That's a blue undertoned gray right there. And I would not have necessarily, like, I saw it a little bit bluish. Actually, it's like a periwinkle undertoned gray. I didn't really expect it, to be honest. This is Rebirth. They're very creamy. Wow. I've made a mess. Don't judge me. My choices have not been the best here. Try and blend those together a little bit. I screwed it up. Screwed it all up. But this is just a really nice gray. I mean, not totally neutral. It might have a little hint of purple to it, which is strange because I definitely wasn't picking that up initially, but I'm kind of getting that now. Beautiful. Yeah. Okay, Borealis. And I know I've seen this shadow for sure. Did I see it as nicely as this? I don't know. Yeah, this one is probably about the same as the other one I've used. Wow, my nail's getting dirty looking, but I swear it's just from swatching. She's beautiful. Kind of a pinkish purple shifting shadow. I don't know if there's something else. Maybe you guys are seeing something else and I'll catch it on the playback. We'll see. I'm gonna do Storm Fairy next. I know I'm not really doing these in the right order, but that's fine. Don't judge me. Flaky yet smooth. Be careful. The textures will do stuff. I mean, they're not gonna like fight you or anything, but well, they might fight you, but they're not gonna like pull out a sword. That got weird. Just ignore me. I've been, my husband's been listening to a court of, oh my gosh, no. I feel like I screwed that all up, guys. I feel like I screwed that all up. Anyway, we've been listening to the third book in ACOTAR, which I've already read, but I'm very much in like a fantasy world right now. Everything is like, you know, to the death. Not quite, but kind of. Bluish purple shifting shade. Is it my favorite? No, it's kind of crumbly. I would say out of all of these, it's my least favorite. I'm going to try and get this one. I'm debating if I want to go. I'm going to go to the very end. It's called Cala Cantraza Zaros. I'm so sorry. And it's kind of just a chunky silver. I don't love it. I can tell you right now, I don't like it. Yeah. I feel like the payoff is strange. It's very chunky, but not like in a good way. The texture's not good. I don't like it. I'm sorry. I don't have to keep talking about it. I'm traumatized. But really I am, because the rest of them were so good that I was expecting this one to be good, but this is like poo-poo-ka-choo. However, this is the whole palette. And I would say overall, the textures are very good. If you are somebody, okay, let's talk about this. If you are somebody that has dry lids, you will love these. If you're somebody that has oily lids, you will probably be like, you'll either hate it or you will want to use an eyeshadow base. If you're right in between, you should probably still use a base, although I don't necessarily think you'd have to, but that's just my humble opinion. I'm gonna get some light on here to show you. Maybe you can pick up some of the other differences. Actually, let's maybe make this slightly stronger. You get any other shifts? I feel like the answer is no. Do I like the formula? I really like the majority of the formulas. The matte, fantastic. Creamy, buttery, soft, very easy to use and manipulate. As far as the shadows, the shimmery ones, this one, the pinkish silver one, this one, like I'm pointing with this, like you know what I'm saying, was great. This silver one was horrid. Most of the special ones were really, really nice. Let's try a different tone. This is in a warm tone. Do I think it's worth $72? I'm going to do the cost breakdown per shadow for you. I'm going to pull out a calculator because I suck at math. I know a lot of you guys probably be able to do it like right on the fly, but your girl is not that way. If my husband were here, he could do that math quickly, but I am just not that one. So hang on. Okay, so per shadow, you're paying about $3.42. 43 cents, we'll just say. Do I think that's worth it? Yes, absolutely. I think that's worth it. The shipping cost is, let's just do both of them together. So let's round up because there's tax. 75 plus 15, then we're looking at 90 divided by that. So then you're looking at about $4.30 per shadow. Is that still worth it? Yeah, definitely still worth it. Now, maybe what I would do instead is work out how many metallics and multichromes are in here and actually do that, because to me mattes are like never worth the price. That sounds awful. They're worth it, but like I already had so many mattes, like I'm like definitely. I originally was going to come on here being like, I did not like the price, and I don't love the price, but now seeing the quality and some of the specialty that is coming into this, I kind of get it. So I'm sorry, you guys. There are definitely colors from other brands that are similar to this. Like this one has been done. This one up here has been done. This has been done from other brands. Actually, a lot of these have been done from other brands, but I will say some of these have like a holographic quality that at the time when I was still purchasing, hadn't really been done. And I mean, I still think that they're probably made in the same place. I think there has been some tweaks been done to formula to change it and make it more their own. Give it a shot, guys. If you have this in the budget and this color story is speaking to you, I definitely think it's worth the money. Again, I did really appreciate that the brand at least would have an open conversation with me about the pricing, about their shipping. Hopefully they will consider either downsizing the size of the outer box so that they can get it down to a more affordable place, or do something, promotions where you spend so much money and you get free shipping, because I think that would make this like a total win for me, because not a lot of brands would have that conversation respectfully with somebody. So I did appreciate that, and I really think that this, I cannot wait to share pictures of this with you guys. So if you have any questions that I can answer for you, let me know. If you have any brands or palettes that you want to see swatched that I might already have, because I am in a no-buy. Well, I recently purchased something because I was trying to restock and there was a good sale, but there's a whole dramatic story with that I may be sharing actually with a brand that used to be a favorite of mine. So keep watching for that possibly, but I really think they did a great job, and I hope that everybody's staying safe and healthy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.